Hello, this is Alice from Brave Creators. I am doing a video about my poem Poetic Warrior, so if you haven't seen that, go to my channel, look for Poetic Warrior poem. I am really happy to put this on YouTube finally. If you have heard this before, I have performed it once. So if you've heard it, then you were at that event. Got a sneak preview. Poetic Warrior was written at a time where things weren't so great in my life, and every morning on a weekend I'd wake up and I'd spread many notebooks and I'd write anything I could think of, all the feelings I had. I'd just write them out and I'd make them rhyme or put them in free verse, and it was just really good. And from that I have 30 poems. Like it says in my poem of how to announce your separation from the corporation, everything that I've written in this poem has happened as I wanted it to. And there's a few other poems that I'm really wanting to get out there too, but this is the main one because it just meant a lot when I wrote it, so I wanted other people to hear it. This poem, I guess you could say, is a conversational piece, although it wasn't intended to be. I didn't sit down and think, I'm going to write a conversational piece. I just sat down and wrote and thought, what's he saying, what am I saying, what's he thinking and I'm thinking, and what do we want to say to each other, but possibly we can't because we do feel that huge burden of circumstance and barrier and stress and depression. So it's a lot of he said, she said, well, more he said to be fair. I've only got a small speaking part in this. Don't know how that happened. I really like the 3 words, the truth is, because what first got me interested in that, and sometimes I hear things on TV or films and I'm like, I like that. But not because it's a quote, just because they keep saying it a lot and it has some emphasis. And those 3 words are, the truth is. And now I've used it a lot in here, I can pick it up so easily in TV shows because they say it in criminal shows and dramas and all kinds of things like that. They'll say, the truth is, Sarah, or the truth is we are not going down there. Like, they do use it a lot. Basically describing how I felt in my circumstance, and how it's basically saying things aren't working and I'm really sad about this and I'm really angry, but you have to keep going. That's because that's life sometimes. And the first 2 paragraphs where he said the truth is, I have absolutely no idea when this is going to happen. It's just saying that nothing is permanent. And it's really hard to accept that when things are at your worst. But I wrote this and everything's happened as I wanted it to, so it's really amazing and strange. Some of it has got truth in it from like our everyday lives, like because we've already done circuits of the running track, we used to go running a lot, and there's signs when you go running like go over here, go over here. And I said signs of freedom because they reminded me of all the times we went running. A bit about the alarm clock going off and feeling like a monster, like that's just how I felt at the time, because when you wake up and you know what you're going to do all day long, it doesn't make you feel good. And I think you have to explain how you felt in poetry. Where it says the screams are getting louder, the only way to quiet them is to remind you are alive with the power to try. That's a really important sentence to me because that's how I felt. And when you distance yourself away from just being yourself and you say, I'm alive, I'm here, I need to make this better, then that kind of gives you more permission and makes you step forward. It makes you feel grateful that you've got 2 feet on the ground, you're here, and you can do something. Even if it's a little something every day. The sentence, a poetic warrior goes on the battlefield to fight, then comes back glorified and writes, is that's how I felt I was. I was a poetic warrior, but no one knew I did poetry. So I was just fighting, and then I came back to write. So I just like how I put that together. The sentence, don't get too comfortable with nobody cares, is because when you are down, you can just think in your head, oh, nobody cares anyway. And it's too easy to think that. And I wanted it to be like, as he was saying, because I care, and also because I care as well. The saying, if I die before what I want happens, I will haunt you, is because I did feel so stressed that I just was trying to say, I don't want to live and I don't want to die an unlived life. Where I write truths that I know, for the people that told me to bite my tongue, I'm going to wish they hadn't, because that happened too. When someone says to you, bite your tongue, nothing can be done about it, that can really grate on you. And that happened. Not by anyone close to me either. Where I've written about the truth is, I don't want to stop creating and I don't want to stop writing. It's because sometimes you can get really absorbed in your creative work and your writing, and someone will say, oh, you've got to think about other things. And while that was true, it was like my salvation was writing and painting and everything like that. It was, in a sense, my own therapy. Where I've written the truth is, I've always made the guide right there, is because I think I was just involved in something else. Although it's a bit of a different topic, it was involved in my separation to the fact that I've always thought I needed someone there, whereas I've got myself and a part of me that doesn't have to go towards someone else, it can go towards me. So I was kind of feeling a bit self-empowered by that. And then the ending just goes back to the start, where it's about not having unlimited possibilities and cover opportunities and make predictions, because the main thing was telling my wild truth. And I think I'll do that now.